Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's our time for another episode of Dies Irae. Let's continue interview with Kaziklu Bey. I don't know if this episode is going to be something hype, like something hype is going to happen or not, but just in case, if this is actually going to be some kind of hype episode, I will ask you, let me know in the comments down below what you want me to play after interview with Kaziklu Bey. For now, from suggestions I have, I'm pretty sure I won't do any vote pool. But if I will have some new suggestions that I will like, then I might do actually a vote pool for the next series. But for now, I know basically what I want to play. But everything's in your hands. Let me know in the comments what you want me to play. If this will be something new that I don't have on my list yet, that you suggested before, then yeah. But that's all I wanted to say. So let's just continue, I guess. And yeah, let's dive, I guess. We're inside the bay now. He's been like drained out of his energy. Also, yeah, apparently Claudia is not a power up for Methuselah. Just like decided to stop holding back. So he's always been that strong, and he's always been on this level. Just decided to, hey, I just want to live as a human, you know. After the drop, follow my cold body. With just that, all my organs that were about to stop working suddenly revived, and my blood gained enough vigor to storm through my veins again. It was downright explosive feeling of resurrection. I quickly raised my upper half body up from the floor. Oh! Interesting. They got like pretty much revived by Beatrice, like she gave him her blood or something. I guess like their blood is like infused with souls and stuff, so she kinda regenerated Bay. But didn't like Methuselah destroyed his Achner Bear basically? Like he tried to destroy the Dark Gift, the Helga? Does he still have it? The first thing I saw was Beatrice. I was in the cathedral, just as I remember, and this woman was looking at me with evident displeasure in her expression. Okay. Well, she was basically the same as usual, no charm at all. But at the very least, thanks to her, my head began working well enough for me to understand the situation. From what I could tell, she gave me some more blood. It was enough to save my ass from moments before I withered away. Same went for Helga. She was weaker, but not gone yet. Oh, okay. Meaning that I could still do my thing. Okay. So she almost got destroyed. But when like Bay got resurrected then, so I got it as well. Also, I know I changed this last time as well. I think like I changed this a few times before. But I have a feeling like suddenly background music is very silent. What the fuck? Okay. Maybe like that. I have no idea. Okay. I said that because I more or less understood the situation. Though she was an idiot, she wasn't just some pawn ready to act out of someone else's will. Should probably just tell him that she came here but she was too late to save me. Beatrice wasn't lying when she said she wanted me dead, but something got her to save me regardless. However, I had no idea what. In response, Beatrice looked away and didn't give me a direct answer. Yeah, why? Like, she feels that he's the only one who can like save Claudia or something? Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
率直にどう思いますか?
I think that somewhat surprised me, but part of me could more or less understand it. He seems like a guy who would do that. Even so, there was only one thing I could say in response.
バカな野郎だ。ええ、バカなやつです。彼がまともじゃないというのは分かったし、あなたを手玉に取るほどの力もある。でも甘いですよ。分かってない。ハイドリ秘境はそういう次元じゃないんだって国園宅の全員が知っている。まして今回、副資料閣下までもが乗り気になっているんです。考えてみてください。あの二人ですよ。
Especially Mercurius. Yeah.
敵に回したんですよ。
Her voice gradually began to shake until it became much more like a shocked chuckle.
終わりですよ。もう絶対に助かりません。彼がたとえ何者だろうと、これは自殺行為としか言えないでしょうね。
As I silently but fruitfully agreed with her, Beatrice grabbed me by my chest. This time, she rolled with intensity.
だけどそれでも、それほど愚かな真似をしてでも、彼はクラウディアを欲したのでしょう。見積もりが甘い。自分の力を過信している。もしかしたらもう勝った気になっているのかもしれないし、そこはわからない。けれど、彼はクラウディアを渡さないでしょう。遠からず、ハイドリ秘境がどれほどのものだったかを痛感し、己の迂闊さを知るのは必要。
So she's basically saying that he will not let her go, and if he realized that he's on the loose position, he would kill her. I think.
ですが、絶望だけはきっとしない。彼女のために彼は戦い抜くでしょう。
Or that, okay. So we're going into the road of love, I would say, right? Like Beatrice always been like that. Always talking about feelings. So she's just like Ludwig loves Claudia, and he's going to fight for her. Basically, I think. And she looked at me with anger burning in her damp eyes.
あなたはどうなんですか？ヴィルヘルム・エーレンブルグ、クラウディアはあなたこそ生涯最後に光を与えてくれる相手だと。
The words she'd hit me with left me slightly surprised.
お前知ってやがったのか？
ええ。さっき少佐から聞きました。
Okay. So the info spread. Crowd didn't have much time left. Beatrice had only come to me because she became aware of that fact. Even if she didn't like the order or want to save me, she chose this path because it was best for Claudia. She then let go of my clothes and continued.
私は今でもあなたたちの関係が許せないし、あの子に死んでほしくない。でもそれは人間をやめてまで長生きしろという意味じゃないです。そんなバカは私たちだけでもうたくさん。
So she wanted her to die normally. That question of mine appeared on my face. She responded by forming a faint smile and nodding.
クラウディアが自ら選んだ道の結果として病があるなら取り上げちゃいけないように思います。
Interesting. So we...
彼女の人生に対する否定も同じ。
Yes. So once again, basically, whatever Bay wants slips through his hands. Huh?
少なくとも吸血鬼になってまで生きながらえたいなんてこと、あなたは責任持って。
If her life couldn't be saved, she could at least have a happy death. The peace that would take her to the sanctuary she so sought and prayed for. That was basically what Beatrice wanted to say.
でも正直言うとわからない。みんな私の勝手な思い込みだし、たとえ嫌われても憎まれてもどんなに泣き叫ばれようとも断固死なせないと手を尽くすことだって。それはなので、これはあまり当てにならない私個人の女としての意見ですが、共に自分を欲してくれる男性が2人いて、その間で揺れているとき。
Slightly curious, I waited for her to continue, but she seemingly couldn't put the words together and... Oh. God damn it, Beatrice. I want to know too. I want to know too. Like, what would be ultimate, like, decision factor? Like, who fight for you more or something? Harder or who survive? I don't know. Samuel was leaning against the open door. Samuel was leaning against the open door and knocked on it while not hiding a bit of irritation. This really had become all-out war. What was originally just my and Claudia's problem had somehow blown up into something huge. The problem is, Bey is very weakened now. He cannot really fight properly, probably. I wonder, like, if he's going to somehow get his strength back. Like, he's gonna drink someone's blood even more. I mean, LDO members can give him, I guess, power back because their blood have, like, tons of souls, I guess. That's why Bey didn't die and Helga survived. They got Dark Gift. But we'll see, we'll see.
大体さっきからいまいち覇気が見えないというか、そういうところが心配で。やる気ちゃんとあるんでしょうね。当たり前だ、このボケナス。
Just like Samuel had warned, no matter who we fought, we had to achieve the absolute victory. Not to mention that I already knew what I had to do. They wouldn't waver on that, no matter what.
クラウディアは俺のもんだ。俺が拾ったやつなんだから。Okay. Her fate was to become a great rose that shined brilliantly as she perished within the light I'd grant her. Okay. Angelina Rosencrantz. Let's go. Following a dream that felt both long and fleeting, I regained my consciousness. Yep. Okay. Quite a surprise, huh? You're flying in the air. I looked up and saw his face. It was a visage so dark, it seems as though he was melting into the night sky. It was so unnatural that I instantly knew race played no part. The whites of his eyes were painted crimson, while his pupils, on the other hand, looked whitened. Neither of those were qualities a normal human could possibly possess. Frankly, it was an appearance that would make any ordinary person scream, but... Yeah, because she knows who you are and apparently she's not afraid of you. Even though you bite her, you sick bastard. Even though, like, it's not giving you, like, any powers even. Like, you just decided to, hey, I will just bite her. What the fuck? It wasn't because I was half a person, but because I could understand that he was being considerate of me. The gentleness in his eyes, as well as the warmth and softness of his arms, was more than enough proof of that. He was also carrying me as he flew through the sky, but not even that evoked fear in me. We were above a sea of clouds, yet I didn't worry about falling down whatsoever. I couldn't describe it well, but it almost felt like it was riding a large... I was riding a large carriage, or perhaps a castle. No matter how high the floor they were in, as long as they were indoors, most weren't afraid of height, and the sensation I felt was somewhat similar. Why you bite on me? Why you beat on me? That was not the reason why I didn't feel any fear. My head was far too preoccupied with questions. He was aware of that, and said those words because he was considerate of me. With that in mind, I do not hesitate to present my first inquiry to him. Yeah. So, solid first question, Like, the fuck is happening?
ルートビヒ・バン・ローゼンクランツという人物は
本物のという意味ならば、あのカチンで死んでいる。
Okay. I mean, that's kind of fake statement if you think about this. Like, the real me, like, the real you is actually the Methuselah, right? Like, you are like walking on this earth like thousands years or hundreds, whatever. But yeah, like, so basically your persona as Ludwig as the human died at cutting, I guess. But as Methuselah, you are like thousands years old, so that's kind of fake statement, right? That's not the real you. I half expected this answer, but it began to unveiling of the true itself, of his true self.
私はあそこで長いこと眠っていたのだ。正確に言えば200年程度だがね。
Oh wait, what? Huh?
君らの感覚で測るなら長いと表現して問題あるまい。実際私としてもそこまで睡眠するつもりはなかった。
Right, we never saw him entering. What? Okay, I'm not going to question.
何せかなり久しぶりに眠ったのでね。この皮をかぶるにあたり、まずは形から入ってみようとしたわけだが、どうもなりきりが過ぎたようだ。
Ah.
とはいえ、それを失敗だったとは思っていない。
So he's been like in this like underground cave, like in some coma. He was been sleeping for thousands of years. And just woke up because he felt Bay and everyone else. Nah. So how could he be registered in Vatican then? Because they find out that he's a real thing. Kinda confused.
目覚めの時に君と会うことができたのだから。
A smile appeared on his dark face. He basically just revealed that he was the anomaly at cutting, that Wilhelm and the others had talked about.
時代ごと、その時生きている人間から名や立場を拝借するのは古い友人から教わった処世術だ。私は寝室に踏み入ってきた
Oh.
人物を殺し、彼にをいただいたのだよ。
Oh, that what happened. So we don't even know your real name. I mean, we know Methuselah, so I guess that's your real name. So Ludwig actually been a person, and he just like impersonate him. Oh, okay. Now it clarifies more.
じゃあ、あなたの本名は？
ない。ただ、
Okay.
普段の友人はメトシェラと呼んでいるし、そして今
Methuselah.
ルイという名が気に入っているね。君がつけてくれたものだから、今後はそう名乗るし、呼んでほしい。
Okay. He spoke as though he'd been granted a great treasure. The man bore the name Methuselah and had slept for 2 centuries. Centuries, so 200 years, okay. However, I was sure he was alive for a dozen of times longer than that. Yep.
あなたの正体は？
Lee was momentarily surprised, but his expression quickly became one of understanding.
なるほど。一種の血命というやつか。血の交換をするにあたり、
Okay.
私の記憶が君
That's why she could, like, peek into his past basically and his memories. That's why. Okay.
気恥ずかしいが、ここは手間が省けたと考えよう。あ、
そして自分の子供である吸血鬼の真似事をした。
Your children. He's so obsessed with vampires.
しっかり君を死なせないためには
He would live for what some would call an eternity, and had now so a soulmate to be his opposite in his life cycle. But even if he found the right person, they couldn't live as long as he did, so it was necessary for him to bestow them a means of prolonging life. With this, it was proven that the dreams were real, and it was now made perfect sense.
お願いだからどうして自分がなどと言わないでくれよ。
The problem is your dreams are confusing as fuck.
今見たならおおよそ理解はしているはずだ。私にとって
光だったと。
そうだ。あの家賃で
Okay.
君の魂に私を
Interesting. So her soul resonated with his. Just spontaneously. And that was what woke him up. So it's not like he felt like Bey and others like entering the cave and that's what like took him out of his slumber. It was Claudia who entered the cave and she woke him up. Okay, I see.
吸血鬼としての皮をかぶっていたからね。その外装を瞬時に無力化されては、飛び起きざるを得んよ。そして、そんな真似ができるものは、光以外にありえない。黒煙卓の連中は状況を不思議がっていたようだが、真相は何のこともない。
Back then, the ones with the darkness were the one within his darkness were Lisa, Beatrice, Wilhelm, myself, and the true Ludwig. Oh, Ludwig as well. Oh, okay. According to Louis, upon seeing the light, he'd killed Ludwig. He was separate from the rest and became him. That could only mean that Ludwig was the mysterious corpse in the coffin. Oh. Okay, makes sense. Louis had also said that he would taken the man's personal history, and I was sure that he didn't mean he was merely acting as him. Louis had perfect knowledge of the modern age, which was proof that he dropped Ludwig's whole existence from him. Very interesting. So he can absorb basically the whole person? Huh. Vampires were fully capable of that, so their origin, the primordial god ancestor of the dark, could do it with ease. I knew it well, as I had experienced the miracles and gifts of that the magic of blood could bestow firsthand.
それでも君はなぜ自分が
I'm very curious though.
不思議かね。
いいえ。そこはこの際
Never mind.
ません。
And incomprehensible as his over-evaluation of me was, I had other questions on my mind. Also, Louis, vampires are weak against crosses. Like, you should, like, you know, be repelled. I mean, okay, he's not a vampire, but get the idea. For example, I also didn't know the details of how I banished the darkness back at the cave. We didn't saw her darkness, right? If I'm correct. We haven't seen it. Still, there was something else I wanted to know more than all else. That was perhaps my most immediate concern.
私は吸血鬼になるのですか？
Yeah, she doesn't wish for that. That was more important than anything else. My simple question received an answer just as conscious.
そうだ。
Well... Shit. He nodded and looked at me, with that certainty in his eyes, as though it was already determined.
だったら私はあなたの伴侶
Yeah.
じゃなく奴隷です。だって吸血鬼の親子とはそういう関係なのでしょ？
Pretty much, yeah. You are basically the offspring of the vampire and you just have to obey them. Yep, that's how it works.
おとぎ話のような幻想だけど、あなたはその皮をかぶってらしく振る舞ったわけなんだから。なら、私の意志は一体どこに？あなたに操られるだけなのですか？
Well, I become like those poor undead bucket cutting. I asked him that, and he responded by shaking his head.
違うよ。私は君を縛ったりなどしていないし、むしろ逆
Interesting, you can do this?
解き放っているつ
Well,
もり
the problem is she's still going to be mortal then. Or forced to drink blood or something because she would have like some kind of like, you know, vampiric urges or something.
なぜなら吸血鬼とそのなりかけは自分の感情や欲望を制御することが難しくなる。
Okay.
特に後者は顕著でね。故にこの数日間、君がこれまでと違う状態だったのは事実だが、別に操られていたわけではないし、ただ、普段より数割増した素直になっていただけだ。
Anger, joy, anger, embarrassment, numerous other impulses. He claimed that all those feelings I suppressed or couldn't even be aware of had begun to become stronger reaction out of me.
だから解放？
そうだよ。それは君の言う半分じゃなくなるということではないだろうか。戸惑いはしただろうし、後悔もしただろう。はしたないと感じることさえ、もしかしたらあったのかもしれない。
Yeah, because she decided to restrain them, and you basically let it wild, and that's not what she really wanted.
だが、それこそ君の求めていたものではないかね。制御できぬ思いの本流。振りま
That was the reason why I had a good impression of Louis and let my guard down on him. To him. Why I got mad at Wilhelm for threatening him roughly. And why I felt a craving for blood back then.
そうした意味で、君の意志は君のものだ。吸血鬼にその手の主従関係があるのは否定せんがね。
Oh,
そんな
you
命令
cannot.
は決して下さんし。
Interesting.
そもそもできんよ。
Even though you are like basically father of all vampires, like you are their god, pretty much. Interesting.
なぜなら君は光だから。それを前にあらゆる闇のものは無力となる。
Oh, he's talking about her. Okay. I thought like he's talking about vampires in general, master servant, that he cannot control them. He was talking about her, just about her. Never give you such orders. I'm okay. Okay. My bad. Sorry. Yep, makes sense. Because darkness cannot command light per se. I mean, it kinda can. Like, actually, if you think about this, yeah, like all darkest powers before you. It's like darkness cannot command light. Light can command darkness. If we shine a light, then the darkness is changing. But the darkness cannot exist without light. But light can exist without darkness. That's actually pretty cool.
だけど、
It was a contradiction in his words. If he saw me light, then why did he turn me into a creature as dark as a vampire? Both of us were the inhabitants of the night.
いくら私を生かすためでも、心を解放するためでも、太陽の下を歩けなくなるなら意味なんかない。あなたは私から光を奪ったのですか？答えて、レイ。
I lost dozens of years of my life exactly because I wasn't satisfied with the light I couldn't have and saw that regardless. In that regard, if you wanted to prolong my life, it was true that giving me away from the sun was a reasonable course of action, but I just couldn't agree to it.
だってそんなのは私じゃない。私の今までを否定している。あなたが光と定めたクラウディア・イエルザレムではなくなるんですよ。わかってるんですか？
もちろん100も承知だよ。
Okay,
言われるまでもないことだ。
so why? His instantaneous answer left me dumbfounded. He lovingly watched my reaction before continuing with a whisper.
白い夜。
What?
覚えていない。
Oh!
世界には
The North Pole!
闇が同居している地もあるんだよ。
Are you serious? You're going to like make her like live on like North Pole or something? But there's like also like half year of night, so I guess you will have to switch to like the southern one. I don't know if that's the same, but like half. I don't know. Anyway,
そして君もそれを見たいと言ってくれた。
With that I remembered the ideal land he talked about.
そこでなら闇は光と共存できる。光、私が君から奪うのは死という暗黒。それだけだよ。他には何も望まない。
Okay.
君は勝手な真似をしたのは認める。押し付けだと言われても否定はできん。故に愛してくれという気もないさ。ただ私は君を愛していると知ってもらうために死を奪った。そのことだけを理解してくれ。私から言える事実は以上が全てだよ。
He concluded, as if anticipating the time we would spend until the end of days. I said nothing back to him. I couldn't find the words. It was true that by becoming his soulmate, I would have all my wishes fulfilled, and I couldn't deny that he guided me to this. However, for some reason, I felt an uncomfortable sensation in my heart. There was no fault in his confession, but a part of me was unable to accept it. Despite him making me more honest with myself, I actually didn't like something about the whole situation. Was there some feeling inside me that I wasn't aware of until I met him? What was it though? I couldn't tell. I utterly failed to figure it out. And yet, I couldn't ignore it either. Maybe actually the feeling of wanting to leave that you denied for so long? I felt like I would be trying to figure it out for all eternity, but then
まったく無粋な奴らだ。
oh,
忠告
they catched up to him.
言うのに
They are fast. How did they catch up to him? He's flying through the sky. How does that even work? Leo was looking behind him. As I followed his gaze, I finally realized what he was staring at. Yeah, the feeling tormenting my heart was
しばし眠れクラウディア。目が覚めた時、
okay.
そこには白い夜が広がっていると約束しよう。
So he basically putting her to sleep as a like master slave thing. He said he wouldn't command her at all, but yeah, he still does it. Able to finish my sentence, I sunk into him. Wait, what? Into the transcendent darkness that would lead me to the wild night. Lead me. Wait. What? Wait, she got absorbed by Louis? Jesus, what is happening? The location was not far from the Norway's south part. 75 degrees north latitude, 9 degrees east longitude, like a raging wave. It was giving chase to the Black Star. Raging wave described both its movement and the effect it left behind. While advancing with speeds greater than anything else at the time, it also left immense waves in its wake. Is it Reinhardt Castle? They thundered upward. I like the soundtrack. This is new soundtrack, right? It wasn't in the Dies Irae. It's only for Kaziklu Bey. Yeah, I think I never heard this one. Unless I don't remember. You can remind me. Or maybe it's like a revisited version and changed. Yeah, okay. They thundered upward, going as far as several hundred meters into the air, and there didn't seem to be an end to them. The Arctic Ocean was literally shaking as though bombarded by the endless airstrike. What? On its way there, the thing that launched tsunamis in all directions created enough energy to match the most historic of earthquakes. It was a calamity that could bring some of the worst ruin ever known. Despite that, it was only the beginning. After all, the thing was merely running. What? Oh yeah, okay, Reinhardt, okay. Okay. I kinda want to see now Reinhardt Castle running on his hands. I kinda want to see the skeleton just like walking with his hands. I kinda want to see this now. Oh my god, I love how this is portrayed. The paint art style. I just love it. It's like this art style on these waves reminds me of Tsuino Stella. It also have like this like paint style CGs. It's cool. Its arms, which could grasp a mountain, were simply hitting the surface of the ocean. Once the right reached the bottom, it switched to the left, then back to right, and so on. It was nothing but a repeat of action. The shining golden gigantic skeleton that seems to have escaped the realm of myth was merely advancing forward, as though crawling on the water. It was sight that would rid those with normal nerves of their sanity, and yet was very real. Sounds insane, but I cannot help and think of it as ridiculous. That would look ridiculous if I actually see this moving. I'm trying to imagine this. Jesus. Cool skeleton. Ah. That's nice. That's nice. Cool. The thing was Gladsheim Weltal, the fifth universe of gold. It was Reinhard Heydrich's creation figment, and the soul comprised of those that passed on in the war, making it much like the Legion of Hell. Its unmatched majesty and might was witnessed by countless individuals, and chaos and uproar so great that the word chaotic seems too weak to properly describe it. But what did it matter? Secrecy, hiding, ridiculous. That was the march of the hegemon. There was no reason for him to humble himself for the general public. Yeah, just go full on. Hegemony wasn't true until it ascended above concepts such as modern common sense and values. It was an absolute law of the new world that consumed and recolored all there was. The idea that those who'd escaped the common world and society had to walk in the shadows was defiant nonsense. They couldn't win after all. They hid precisely because they would lose if their truth became known to the masses. This applied to soldiers, criminals, and yes, magicians, and those who people saw as inhuman. Despite claiming to know more truths about the world than common men and acting as if they were above the rest, they were actually afraid of earthly society and ran from it. You could almost hear the mystic legion sing the will of his master. Such contradiction, what weakness, you saddening yet lovable frail ones. Why just I destroy both society and what lies behind it? I shall not be defeated. Cry tears of reverent joy and exalt the Dies Irae. Sieg Heil Victoria, my words shall be triumphant. Oh, let me grant you the sweet joy of war. May all the creation be painted with the glow of strife. The king of Valhalla, the man of gold, stood atop his castle. With eye-pleasing beauty and the archaic smile on his face, he lovingly gazed at the darkness ahead. Oh wow. This is going to be insane. I just love the concept that Reinhard and Mercury is just like standing at the top of this like skeleton school and just like riding it. Like this is just the boss. You can just say this is the boss. You just like see running skeleton in your like direction, and there's like one single guy on top of it just like looking down on you. Jesus, why Reinhardt is so good? Why he's so good? We'll see in the next episode. It's time for battle with Louis. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Leave a like if you like the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord and become a member if you would like to support me and see the episodes earlier. And as I said in the beginning, let me know in the comments what you want me to play after Dies Irae. If there will be like some choices I will like feel like I may also want to play, then I will do the vote pool if I want to find something very extremely interesting, then I know what I want to play. So yeah, thank you everyone once again for a Pocket Watch. Let's go out.